Preparing the bucket. Step 1. Remove the bottom using a Dremel with a circular cutter. This will become the top of the camera trap. Step 2. Wrap measuring tape around the bucket, beginning on a center point, and mark 4 1/2, 6 3/8, and 28 1/4 inches. These will be where the L brackets are mounted to hold the lid. Step 3. Line the L brackets over the marks and lay the acrylic on top. Position the brackets until they are flush with the acrylic, then mark the location of the holes on the bucket. Step 4. Drill the holes for the 3 L brackets, a total of 6 holes. Note, the brackets are not evenly spaced on the bucket, and the 2 closest ones make up the front entrance of the camera trap. Step 5. On the side that was the top of the bucket, which will now be the bottom, draw 2 lines, each 3 inches from the middle of the bucket. Do this on the front entrance of the bucket. Step 6. Line the guide boards up on these marks and trace the area to be cut. Note, there should be 6 inches between the 2 guide boards. Using a Dremel or a hacksaw, cut out the area where the guide boards will be inserted. Mark off a 6-inch wide and 4-inch high section centered on the back of the bucket and remove this for the exit. Step 9. Attach the 5-gallon lid to the bottom of the bucket, the stage, and mark where the guide boards will be inserted. Cut away to the center portion of the lid. Also, remove the lip in the entrance between the boards with a Dremel or hacksaw. Step 10. Reattach the stage, the 5-gallon lid, and slide the boards in so that the slit in the board slides over the stage. The acrylic will have a total of 5 holes, 2 along the middle for holding the mending brace with the camera. Step 13. Center the acrylic over the bucket and make sure it is nearly flush with the front entrance side. On the acrylic, mark where the outer holes are located for the 2 front brackets and mark the inner hole for the bracket over the exit. Program your camera, insert an SD card, and turn it on. Step 17. Lay the acrylic lid onto the bucket and align the holes in the acrylic with the holes in the L brackets. Secure with a total of 3 machine screws and 3 wing nuts. At your chosen site, install your drift fence using a mattock or powered trencher. The fence should be deep enough in the ground to ensure animals cannot escape under the fence. A north-south fence orientation will reduce false triggers due to the rising and setting sun. Install pairs of rebar along the trench separated 6 to 7 feet apart. These will initially be used to guide the fence into position. Slide your metal flashing roll over a piece of rebar at one end of the trench and remove the bands holding it together. Unroll the drift fence, feeding it through the rebar guides. Once you are satisfied that the fence sits flush into your trench, use a mallet to sink the pairs of rebar into the ground. Fasten the pairs of rebar together with a rebar tie flush with the top of the fence. At either end of the fence, fold the end of the fence around a single piece of rebar. Clear a space at either end of the fence for the camera trap buckets. The guide boards should be flush to the ground, and the bucket stage should be flush to both the ground and the fence. Drill a hole through the fence just past the rebar and 2 holes through the bucket aligned with this hole and on either side of the fence. Use a piece of rebar tie, secure the bucket into the fence, and place the acrylic on top of the bucket. Secure it in place with 3 machine screws and wing nuts. You may want to attach information under a wing nut, such as your permit number or contact information. To reduce the chance of theft, it may be a good idea to indicate that the equipment has been modified and will not work outside of the system. Repeat this procedure for the other side. Pack the ground around the fence to secure it in place. Your A-Drift camera trap array is now complete.